Hey everybody, this is Dave, Cooper, and Jennifer, and welcome back. We're still in Pittsburgh. Man, it's so bright, and you can just see I can't win with this whitewash. I don't have the filters for this type of camera for this live streaming, but we are at Blockhouse Residential, which is right down the road from where we were yesterday. I mean, these are 3-story townhouses in Pittsburgh, and they're absolutely gorgeous, and we're looking really forward to going in here and showing them.
Yeah,
what do you think?
Can't wait to show you. Designed for urban living. We have the bus stopping right in front of.
You can hear it in the background?
Yeah, right in front of us here. You can walk to Whole Foods. You can 20-minute walk to downtown. So there's a lot happening right now outside, and like Dave said, summer has hit Pittsburgh hard.
It has. It's been like the last few days. It's been over 90 degrees. Thank goodness this house has air conditioning, so it'll be nice to be inside. We won't look like we're so flustered with everything because we're sweating. But listen, so Blockhouse Residential, right? Got into modular not too long ago. They're using Structural Modulars Inc.
SMI.
Yep, SMI for this project. That's the same manufacturer that Module used on their project as well. So, I mean, the product's really turning out really, really nice. And this is a little bit different product than what we just saw yesterday.
Yeah, so literally we are right around the corner from Black Street and the project that Module did there. We speak of partnerships and collaboration all of the time. These two entities are working together. We have Brian Gaudio from Module. We have Andrew and Zach, who you'll meet a little bit later, from Blockhouse Residential. Literally, we're 2 blocks away, and we couldn't have a more different looking product.
Absolutely. Well, let's go inside, Jennifer. I'm going to grab the camera. We're going to try and do this a little bit different than we did yesterday because we don't have our film help here with us. So hopefully this one works better for everybody.
So
let's do this.
I'll open the door here, and we'll walk right in.
Big open space. I can't wait to talk about the size of everything here, Jennifer. I mean, absolutely gorgeous.
It is. So welcome. Again, we're right on West Negley Avenue, and we are in what feels like a huge townhouse way of living. So we have 16 feet wide, we're 45 feet long, 9-foot ceilings on the first floor, and there is a ton of space. Great windows, natural light, and definitely that open concept floor plan. And I love what they did in here. They have this combined living area, dining area, and we brought the kitchen back here, which really opens up the space and keeps everybody together, but at the same time apart, because that's how we're kind of living these days.
It really is. Can you believe this is 16 feet wide, only the width of these units? I mean, from this wall over here by the stair, and I think I have you set up so you can see it, from here to that wall is 16 feet. And you won't believe how much space is in this unit. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. I don't think people realize what 16 cubic feet really feels like.
It does. It does. And I really love what they did with the trim and the mix and match and the doors. I mean, you have a huge closet right when you walk in the front door. Love the trim, the mantle trim above, and you have your flat stock
we'll show
all around.
All that as we walk through too. I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, and here we chose to do they chose to do all the black hardware, which is a really nice touch. And it's got a little bit of that modern feel to it, but it's also really classic, really homey. So here we are back here in the kitchen. I'm not sure if you can see that, and thanks for bearing with us as we're walking through. But essentially we have a gorgeous kitchen with wolf cabinets. They are a stained maple cabinet, full overlay, shaker style doors. Definitely seeing a comeback in the stained cabinetry. You know, we've been so used to seeing all of those painted cabinets, but right now this is a really nice warm touch with the white countertops, this tile subway backsplash over here, and all KitchenAid appliances.
Yeah, really, really is, right? So, I mean, the maple is absolutely gorgeous. I do love the tile. The faucets, the sink. There is so much that went into this house, you know, these townhouses, and so much thought. And we have the kids, everybody's probably saying, well, where the heck's the refrigerator, Jennifer? Well, the kitchen wraps around this way. We'll bring the camera in as we make a turn and we look at that, because we're going to go in the basement in a few minutes, and we're going to speak with Andrew, you know, a little bit about all the site work and everything that had to go into what we did on, or what they did, I should say, on this home. I mean, Go for it. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah,
I know you're loving this,
no,
this
I know.
countertop and everything is
really
gorgeous.
Beautiful. And so what they also did here, like we mentioned, we are in an urban location, but they had detached garages for each of the units. There are 5 units, connected units here. Each one essentially mirror images of the other. The center unit is actually, I believe, 50 feet long.
Right.
So that one is even bigger than what you're seeing right now. And each comes with a detached garage. Actually, it's a garage and a half.
It is a garage and a half out back, and we'd show you that, but we can't see anything out back.
Yeah, and there's a beautiful walkout here, and when they're all done with the hardscape, there will be a patio outside, so really connecting the 2 spaces. And really making it feel really just so lovely in here. It
is. I'm already, I can't help myself. I want to say hi to everybody.
And if you're just joining us, thank you so much for tuning in. We are in another project in Black Street, designed and built with modular construction, 2 blocks away from the Black Street project that Module did. Or is still working on, and this is really happening. They are revitalizing. These 2 entities alone are revitalizing a huge portion of this neighborhood.
They really are. They really are. I mean, there's 5 units here. They do a lot of rehabs as well, so they're redoing the rehabs. They're now doing modular offsite construction because they figured out that it's the smart way to do it.
It is.
And these units are all for sale. So, hey, look, if you're looking to buy, I don't get a commission on any of this stuff, but I will say, listen, wait till you see the basement and everything else. These are built no different than any other house. I want everybody watching out there, if you're not in our industry, I'm going to tout this all day long. It is a process in how we build. Look at this. It's amazing. 9-foot ceilings, maple cabinets, quartz, 3/4 inch hardwood oak floors. Absolutely.
All the recessed
amazing.
lights were done at the factory. And you know what we forgot to talk about, maybe you can talk to Andrew a little bit about this, is the sprinkler system.
Yep, we do have a sprinkler system because it is a multifamily. It's over 3 units or what have you. So there's 5 units. So there it is sprinkler. And most of the sprinkler system was installed at the manufacturing plant, but it still has to get certified and inspected on site to make sure that it works, just like all plumbing and electrical does in our homes, for sure.
Yeah. So this goes back to the design and planning process that we talked about. You know, we have our Building Modular series, and we talk about how you have to really design into everything.
For sure.
And if you take the time and if you really think things through, the factory is the best trade partner that you'll ever have, because you can set up for your ductwork, your HVAC systems, the sprinkler system, the lighting, the electrical, all of that gets done from a very early stage. And you can really think about things like where your furniture is going, how you're going to live in the house. And especially right now, we're all looking for more outlets, more places to plug in, USB ports and all of that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're all over the place. You're absolutely right. I mean, the way we're living today, the technology in the house, right? Everybody has to plug in, and these guys really do a great job doing a tech house, for sure. For sure.
So, what do you think?
I think let's go downstairs. I know Andrew's waiting for us in the basement. This basement's huge. Again, it's another area that can be finished. They put egress in it. So let's go check it out. I'm going to leave it there so we have the access on the computer. I'm sorry I walked over there, everybody. But let's go see what we have in the basement.
How about do you need me to help with anything over here? Because we're kind of
as long as I don't fall down the basement.
Yeah, and these ceilings are so high, you'll have to bear with.
How clean it is, and everybody's happy. They can get in, they can do a good job, it's clean, they can move on, and it's great for everybody.
Yeah, and that's the real win. When you talk about the speed and the efficiency, and yes, they might be on this site for a shorter amount of time, less, more contained scope of work, if you will. But what happens with that is that you can do more projects in a year. You're finishing more projects done with modular construction in a given year than you are doing it on site. So while there may not be that length of time on a job site, there's definitely that efficiency and the ability to do more.
As a contractor, I love to get in, get out, move on to the next job, and have that sense of accomplishment.
And that's a great point. So these were designed to be sold.
Yes.
Right? So when you think about how long the process takes and how you're investing your money and how you have to carry that from a financing perspective before you can actually put the finished product on the market, what does that mean to a developer?
Well, it's great because if everything goes well, like I was saying, we've condensed the construction period so much, just in the simple fact that we don't have to have all these oversight inspections. And we can take what would normally be a 1-year project and shrink it down to half of that very easily. So from a development standpoint, we're getting our product out there half the time, which half the cost, half the holding cost, and everybody's happy. It makes everything much more profitable, and it's a great way to go.
So I love that you shared that with everybody, so thank you, because everybody, you know, there's the conception out there that modular is cheaper. It's the cheaper way to build. And the myth that we talk about all the time is that modular is cheaper, but the truth of the matter is you get to your end game faster by using offsite construction. So those holding costs that you're referencing, that's hard money.
It is.
You know, that's where time equals money.
Right.
You know, and you probably know this, the cost of what it means to have your crews on a job site for a day. You know, and when you think that you can shorten your timeline by X number of days, and you multiply that by the cost of being on site each day, that's how you calculate your savings.
Right. You know, traditionally, when I look at a job, my time for a small job and my time for a big job end up being pretty equal. But with modular, it actually flips that. And I'm able to have a big job that takes a small job amount of time. So I get the best of both worlds.
Right.
And it's fantastic.
Right. Well, we love that. You know, we're huge advocates of offsite construction, specifically modular construction. That's really the world that we live in. And we love sharing another point of view. We love sharing the stories of other folks because that way you don't have to hear us talking about it all the time, right?
That's it. You did a fabulous job buying us some time. I actually love it. So we went down the basement and we couldn't get signal. That's a 10-foot, I mean, we're surrounded by city, so lesson learned. But we're gonna do some videos and we'll come back and we'll show people what we have going down in the basement. But we are live, we still have people watching. They hung in there, thank you, as we work through that. No more basements unless we have Wi-Fi. You know, one of the problems that we struggle with, I mean, this is new construction. People don't have internet connection set up. Right. So we have a good wireless system, but when you get underground 10 feet and you add steel and block and everything else around, it makes it hard. So
all right, so are you going to take that back from our friend Andrew here?
I am. I'm going to plug back in Andrew, and I think at the end we're going to come together again in the kitchen with Zach, right? And we'll round up. Maybe we missed some things in the basement that we'll touch on as we brought everybody back in. Yeah. So, all right, so next on the list is we're going to head upstairs, right?
Yeah, we're going straight upstairs. So do you want to carry the gear, and we'll you know, again, we'll ask everybody just to bear with our footsteps, and we'll get you going.
All right, let's go.
All right, so this is where you're really going to see these high ceilings and how this all comes together. And again, we have 9-foot ceilings on all 3 floors, hardwood staircase, hardwoods throughout. This is a 3-bedroom unit. On the 2nd floor, what we'll see, you know, are the 2 bedrooms. And then when we get to the 3rd floor, we'll save that for later. But essentially, this is set up for a home office right now, but definitely big enough and beautiful for that other bedroom. I love what they did with the closets.
Let me see if I can zoom in on that.
So in here, we were talking yesterday at the Blackstreet Project. It's all about the detail. It's all about the level of finish that you choose to do either on site or with the factory. You know, oftentimes you do see the wire shelving. They switched it out here with the black hardware, which is a really nice touch.
Yeah, and the wood tops and the wood hanger, absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, and Dave, don't you love these doors?
I do love them. I mean, they're solid doors, single panel doors. I mean, that's a big, wide closet door right there. And I love, if you could point up to that trim just to show everybody, and I'll see if I can zoom in on the trim detail. Again, they just did a magical, fabulous job of everything in this house. It really is gorgeous how it's all trimmed out. And I think it just really meets what people want right now.
Yeah, and again, you know, we're talking about the lighting, we're talking about the sprinkler systems. A lot of that was done in the factory. You have all the light switches and everything else. You know, you have a great hall closet right here, double doors, really easy to get into. Let's show everybody the bathrooms. We didn't take a look at those downstairs.
Wow.
So look how huge this bathroom is. We have slate tiles on the floor. I love how they chose the white grout. We have ceramic tile in the shower. They chose to do the Schluter system, which is a really nice, clean, finished edge, if you can see that. Really pulls the look and feel of this together. They pulled all the design elements together. Rain head, shower head, polished chrome fixtures. Really sleek.
It is really sleek. I love the black accent. It goes well with the floors. They got marble countertops on the kitchen here. I'll spin it, or in the kitchen, on the bathroom vanity. So why don't you spin over that way?
Let me come around, and yeah, we have marble tops. Again, that's all wolf cabinetry. This is where they chose to do the painted white with the marble, and just, you know, great construction, soft close, really nice touches.
Light fixtures, mirror. I mean, they really did this. I mean, it's outstanding. I love it.
A private alcove for your...
Hello, Jennifer. Is this modular?
It is. Can you believe it?
It's modular. Oh, everybody, guess what? It's modular. Of course it's modular. It's gorgeous. It's well built. It's well insulated. All right, we're going to walk.
Yeah. So again, this is where you see a really great example of all the trim that they used. Over here, Dave, I'm not sure if you can see that, but they set the laundry room up to look very much like the bathrooms. Really nice design cohesion in these rooms.
Really
wait till you see how...
Sorry for the spin, everybody.
I know, but wait till you come in
Welcome to the spin
here.
zone. Look at this room.
Look how bright it is in here.
I know. I'm going to go to that corner over there and spin this around. You got the outside Pittsburgh traffic happening. Can't hear it, can you?
Right. It's nice and quiet in here. And I love, love, love these windows.
Yeah, the windows are gorgeous. There's so much light. We don't have any light set up other than the basement we were set up, and I again apologize for that. But look how big these doors are. Jen, walk over here so they can get an idea how big.
Well, let's
You don't have to open it, but I mean, just look at the size of the width of the doors compared. You know, they're not your standard doors at all. They got to be 36 or a lot bigger for sure.
You know, it's all about the finishing touches, because even on the closets we have those solid core doors. It just makes for a really well built, nicely designed, nicely constructed project. Oh my goodness.
All right, so more stairs?
More
hey,
stairs.
Another floor. Jen, so this is taking us where? To the master bedroom?
So third floor. It's not just a master bedroom. This is the master suite. And wait until you see all the design elements that they put in here, because you talk about you know, quarantine and sheltering in place. Who wouldn't want to be in a big, beautiful, bright location like this? So here we are. We have the master bathroom right in here. Very similar design details, but look at this shower. I'm not sure if you can see in here, Dave, but this shower is huge.
It is huge. Let me see if I can back up.
So we have this amazing transom window, letting in the natural light. We have a seat back here.
Let me go back over in here, actually.
Oh goodness, we're gonna trade places. You have a alcove seat back here. Look at these doors, just so well done, so nicely designed. The tile, again, we have the Schluter system that was used up here. Beautiful tile on the floor, and here you have your white painted cabinets with the double vanity.
Yeah, really do. Let me see if I can show that floor. So there's the floor, and that's how everything really ties together with the marble countertops and the black accented lights. You'd feel like we were doing a realtor home show here. But you know, the point of this is it's modular.
I know.
How gorgeous is this?
And we really wanted to compare and contrast what's happening over at Black Street with Module, because it's a much different look and feel, you know, a different design, decor, if you will, and just, again, all of the versatility of modular construction.
All right, we're gonna head down the hallway to, this is into the master, but look at this closet, huh?
So
it's not set up yet.
Here's what I love about what they decided to do with this closet. They left it open for the new homeowners to come in,
zoom in on it,
and really, you know, shelf it out and decide what works best for them. How many conversations have you and I had on how best to lay out a closet? It's definitely a personal thing, right?
Or keep your stuff out. My closet gets smaller and smaller as the year goes on with three women in the house.
Right.
All right.
So look at this retreat. It is so cozy. You feel like you're away from the world up here. Look at how they used the
third floor living space.
Exactly. And Dave, I can't get over how high these ceilings are.
Okay, so that's a very good point, Jen. So we are looking at, again, 9-foot ceilings, right? And also, I didn't fail to mention that we have sheetrock returns on all the windows. It is not trimmed out. 9 foot on the first floor, 9 foot on the second floor, 9 foot on the third floor in this. So a lot of people think, hey, I can only get 9 foot on the first floor. Well, it's typically true when you're doing the roof, but if you really think it out and how you're going to use the home,
right.
You know, the third floor can be roof boxes as well, and all this is coming. Remember, everybody, from where Jennifer's standing on this corner all the way to this corner, it's less than 16 feet. Outside wall to outside wall without siding is 15 foot 9 inches. So, I mean, think about this. This is a ton of space we just walked through, isn't it?
It is. And what Andrew was talking about earlier about the sheetrock crews coming in and how much of this was finished. I mean, if I was on that crew, I would be so thankful that so much of that was already finished, right?
For sure.
Because look at all this space. So this is the marvel that modular can produce.
Right, absolutely.
But we haven't shown them the crown jewel yet.
We have not shown them the crown jewel. This is really cool. Shall we?
Yeah, I'll follow you.
Well,
and I'll get the door. So bear with us again, people, because it is a very bright, hot, sunny day here. Summer has definitely hit.
All right, Jennifer,
Pittsburgh.
get that door. We're just going to go in and out real quick. It's going to be hard to see because of the glare, especially when we have these beautiful white buildings. But you can see we have full outdoor living space. We can't see anything now. I bet you're probably yelling at me. Right? You got a view of the city environment. But look at this.
Yeah, so I love this
Can't really show the decking, but it's a floating deck, which feels really nice on the feet too. You know, we got the chairs. It's an EPDM type rubber membrane underneath this right now. That's the transom window right there that was in the master bathroom. You know, full glass door, Jen. If you pull that door a little shut, we'll be able to show that. There you have it. Love it.
Yeah, so again, when you're thinking about sheltering in place, this is really not a bad gig to be stuck up here and really just bringing that outdoor in. That's what it's all about right now.
Yeah, let me just set this up real quick here, Jennifer, so we can chat a little bit, because we're getting ready to go downstairs and we're going to have a conversation with Andrew and Zach.
Yeah.
So, cameraman. So we're gonna go downstairs. Andrew and Zach are waiting for us. We had a little bit of hiccup in the beginning, going in the basement. You just never know if you're gonna get that service or not.
Right.
But we were able to get back and stay live with you. So I appreciate everybody who's still there, sticking around, hanging out with the Coopers. So listen, I mean, we just walked through 3 floors.
Yeah.
I must be getting used to the altitude. I'm not breathing as heavy, and I'm carrying a lot more today. And this is a ton of space, and it is so well done. I mean, I can't imagine these staying on the market long. They're getting ready to go on the market here in just a couple of days again.
Right. So technically, this is our product spotlight episode, where we bring to you all the new products, everything, you know, in the world of offsite construction. So the product that we're bringing to you today is the finished product. It's what happens when all that magic comes together.
It really is. I mean, so it can get a little confusing because we do our building modular special, but you know, when we met Zach and Andrew, you know, we just said, hey, listen, we got to talk about what you have going on here. I think it's super, super important for people to understand, because we believe in offsite. You should believe in offsite. If you don't, this is the way to build, and this is just another piece of proof that says it that way. I mean, these floors are solid. You may be hearing a little echo because there's no pictures or anything on the wall. But man, it's built like a tank.
Yeah, and think about the artwork gallery that you could create in some of these spaces, just with you know, these beautiful walls. And again, this is a product spotlight. This is what you can expect from modular. It's all about the design that goes into the process. It's all about the planning. And it's very fun. Again, if you missed our Black Street broadcast the other day, really look at these two projects. They are right around the corner of each other. This is what's happening with modular construction. It is growing, it is expanding, it is taking hold. And this isn't a new gig for Andrew and Zach.
No, not
They've
at
done
all.
a couple of projects with this factory and with others. So they choose to use modular construction.
Yeah, and they should. They both will tell you they love it. All right, Jennifer, we're going to head back downstairs and see we got these guys waiting for us. I'm sorry for everything that you're going to go through right now as we go down.
All right.
All right.
So just a couple of shout outs to our friends as we're walking down here. Rick Hawkins, it's always so awesome that you join us. We have Anthony Good on.
I'm sure Mark Willie's out there. In fact, I know Mark Willie's out there.
You know, Anthony said great design for mixed income units. Absolutely. We have Doug Pill joining us, who says nice job, good looking product. Jerry McCullough is out there. She says hello. I guess she lost contact for a moment.
Yeah, we did.
Right. And love Mark Willie. The rocket ship and flags are missing.
Jen's still coming down, but we're already here, Jen. We see everybody.
All right. Here we go.
Everybody's doing their social distancing. I'm going to move this a little bit closer. Kind of a rough start in your basement. Maybe you guys shouldn't build so well.
One last shout out to George Ryman. He's in Arizona. He says, good morning. No sympathy from us regarding sunshine and high temperatures. So he gets it.
All right, so here we are. Let me see. Let me get Zach in there. He's hiding in the corner over here. And Andrew, Jen, can we have that other mic come on in here and let's chat about this, you guys. Let's make sure we're all in the picture here. Maybe Jen, you get in the middle over there. Zach right there. We'll keep our social distancing, and I can go one way, you can go the other.
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right. So Andrew, I'm going to start with you just because you're building the damn thing too tight, and I couldn't get a signal out from the basement, and luckily we got the feed open. Let's talk a little bit about the basement. 10-foot walls, right?
Yes.
Okay. Why'd you go 10 foot?
Well, a large reason we wanted to do that is the potential to finish that in the future. We wanted to make sure that any home buyer had enough space that all of our mechanicals would be covered with a drop ceiling.
Love it, love it. So you have an egress out the back I saw down there.
Yeah, we have an emergency egress window with a window well that they can get out. So it's perfectly acceptable to finish that product. Roughed in for a bathroom, ready to go.
Talk to us a little bit about the mechanicals. What's heating and cooling the house? What do you have in here?
We have a traditional forced air unit. Our local guy, he's great. He was able to come in with the modular product, put everything together, get it all working. We have the EVs and the high efficiency over there, but for here, we thought that traditional product would be more than sufficient.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it really is. I mean, it's really nice in here right now. I really appreciate you guys turning on the air conditioning for us. It was a hot day yesterday. How many modules is each unit?
Three
modules. So first, second, and third floor, and the third floor is also the roof box and the living space, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. And then
total, how many modules total for this
15.
project?
Yeah. Five houses, 3 boxes per house, 15 total boxes.
Great. And how long was the set process for this?
It was what, 2 days? 3 days. 3 days? 3 days.
Is that's with the button up, the set crew? So crane on site 2 days or 3 days?
Crane was on site for 3 days.
3 days, yeah. And it's a busy street too, though. So there's a lot going on. You have traffic control happening. I can just imagine, everybody. And then people trying not to wreck because when they went to work, this wasn't here. When they came home from work, it was here.
Yeah. It was definitely impressive.
Yeah. Well, perfect. So Jen, why don't we let's bring Zach into the conversation. Zach, tell us a little bit about what you do and what your role is in all this.
Yeah, so I've been in development for at least 6 years.
Okay.
We started it with restorations in Lawrenceville, here in Pittsburgh, and we got into the new construction market, and Lawrenceville was very big, and we were drawn to prefab just because we knew that buyers were interested in prefab as well, and just the product was so impressive, and and it turned out when we did our model house, dropping it literally between 2 houses in Lawrenceville on a 20-foot wide lot, it really tested the abilities of prefab, but it worked out. And then up here, this is actually our second modular project that we've developed, and we figured we'd go ahead and do it on spec because there's a high demand in the East End.
Definitely, and that's so interesting what you said in terms of that urban location. You said 20-foot lots?
Yeah, so a standard Pittsburgh size lot is about 20 feet wide by either 55 or 100 feet, depending whether or not it has an alley.
Yeah, and you're probably dealing with overhead wires and everything else,
Everything.
correct?
We probably, disconnected 3 people's internet in the process, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, we'll not talk about that part. But
Well, but it's true, right? These are big modules coming in. I mean, that's the worst case scenario. I mean,
We had to let some air out of the tires to get it through the tight streets. This site is much more generous here in East Liberty, but down in Lawrenceville, which is, everything is tight. So, but they were able to do it.
But even with that, because we built in Jersey City, outside of Manhattan, similar areas like this, the headaches that you deal with to get them here, right? It takes a lot of thinking and a lot of preparation up front, a lot of it. Wire heights included, wire location, utility company coordination, police coordination. You still do not, on traditional site-built homes, have this much space done in 3 days. So I don't care. There's a time factor and a cost factor to everything. But I mean, beds on head, especially when you're trying to sell stuff, to have these things done, up, ready, and out the door, that's a big deal, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and just generally the excitement around set day. I'm making it sound very stressful, but it's very exciting when you have, all the subs and the set crew, the crane operator, everybody who really knows what they're doing, even in tight, constraints. But it's magical to watch.
I love that. Yeah. Modular is magical, right?
Oh, there's your new tagline for Blockhouse is magical.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? But it is stressful. Yeah, I mean, there's no sugarcoating it. When you own, and running a business, and you have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars of units that you went, yep, we're going to get it in here. Sometimes that's what it's like, right? You do the measurement, and but at the end of the day, it feels wonderful, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When it's all in, and you're just like, and the crane goes, because that's a big, that's a big headache getting the crane in and out. So, but outside of that, it's done.
Yeah. No, and the thing is, you chose to stick with it and continue using prefab modular construction, even with those headaches, because you and your buyers and the people that you're working with really understand the value and the benefits and that time savings, right? Yeah. Your finished product is on the market faster than traditional on-site construction, and that's a big deal right now.
Yeah,
sure. It is.
So tell us, what were some of the learning curves you had? I mean, let's talk about the education on this.
We're going to share the deep, dark, dirty
secrets.
No,
I don't. Well, listen, I mean, nobody can expect to do something for the first time, second time, or third time without, thinking they know it all. It's just not the way it works, right? You guys went from your first project, now you're on a couple modular projects. Is it easier today than it was on the first one? Do you feel more comfortable? Do you feel like you understand it better?
Yeah, the Blackstreet project, definitely, we took a big leap coming from here to up there.
Yeah.
A lot of things went smoother. There's still some issues, you have an architectural drawing, you have a modular drawing, and you're trying to make sure that you understand both sets and what both sets mean and who owns what and what needs to happen for set day and, the mechanicals.
Yeah. I mean, Dave, you always say it's a ballet of coordination. And when we say that, it's not just on site. It's a ballet of coordination in terms of that planning process and who owns what. And really clearly defining your scopes, and understanding, okay, which document, this is something we talk about all the time, which document really is the source document. So which set of plans are you really looking at, and where does the design end and the construction begin?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's really it. And, so everybody understands on this particular project, you did have an architect involved. You didn't just use the factory engineers. And we talked about this on our show not too long ago. And when that happens, you're right. There's two sets of plans typically because the architect's not signing off on the engineered plans, but the architect wants the detail that the architect wants. And that's one of the things that you guys are going to start seeing is the factories and the architects need to collaborate so the architect's details are on the plans, period. And I think that's what you're kind of talking about, right? If that's where it can get confusing, and that is some areas where a lot of modular manufacturers, they're just still, we haven't traditionally had architects.
Yeah, yeah.
They're starting to come into this, and there's a big push for that now.
Yeah, so, we had Sarah Logan on not too long ago. Sarah Logan is an architect with VBC Studios up in Boston, and she helped us understand, DFMA and what that is, and where there's so much value from the very beginning, designing into a prefab assembly, essentially, something to be assembled on site.
Right,
so
sure.
I love that you're sharing that with everybody, because it is something to be on the lookout for, and these are the questions that people who are coming into this space really need to ask.
Yeah, listen, so there you go. I mean, you guys are fairly new to the offsite industry. This house, this unit, I should say, is absolutely beautiful. Blackstreet's coming along really nice as well. What would you like to see different? That's than how you traditionally were doing it before. Like, what would you like to see different in modular?
That's a good question. It kind of put me on the spot. There's still a couple things.
We're just getting started, man.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Like I said earlier, I'm just a little bit particular, and maybe it's just me, but I want a little bit more control on how some things go. And I think if builders and the factory can be honest with each other and go through what it is that we're seeing after the product is set, and try to address that in the factory first, then we can eliminate some of the backwards work that we have to do sometimes once the product is on site. And I think that's what I would like to see, is just a little bit more of a technical understanding to make sure that we are meshing with what needs to happen. And I think everybody benefits if we do that.
It's a win-win, right? Because manufacturers, if you're out there listening, I mean, Andrew has a really good point. Everybody has a vested interest in delivering a high-quality product, because the easier it is for the builders, the better the client experience is in the end, the more modular units we're ordering, right? It's how it goes. So there really is an amazing drive for that type of collaboration, that type of partnership. And there is, that desire, how you're articulating, please, partner with me.
Right.
We agree. It's all about that collaboration.
Yeah, 100%. And I think as more technology comes into modular manufacturing, BIM, 3D renderings, right, where more of the factories are using Revit, using higher levels of AutoCAD, not, AutoCAD 8, 9, like a lot of the older factories are still using. Then that 3D rendering, the details come to life.
Right.
And then you guys see the detail, the factory sees the detail, and it's much easier to live and breathe that document and both agree to. So like you said, you don't have to deal with things out here. So absolutely.
Yeah, but Andrew and Zach as a team, really great job from a construction perspective, from a design perspective, the way the kitchen is pushed back here and all the finishing touches that were selected. I mean, this really came together.
It really did. It really is a beautiful, beautiful job. You guys, I'm sure these are going to fly off the market.
It's the hope.
So, all right, everybody, there you have it. We are, where are we? On Negley Avenue in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. What part of town are we in again?
East Liberty.
East Liberty. It's funny just how these towns have grown up. Jennifer Cooper. I'm Dave Cooper. This is a product spotlight. We have Andrew and Zach. Andrew Holmes. Right?
Yeah.
Yep, I love it. Not like Holmes on Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. And Zach, what's your last name?
Rastelli.
I can never say it.
And how does everyone get a hold of you guys? Blockhouse Residential? Is that the...
Blockhouseresidential.com.
Yep.
Blockhouseresidential.com.
Yep.
Well, listen.
Okay.
So I got to get to the computer here. Jen, why don't you take us out?
Yeah, so thank you again, everybody, for joining us, and go to the website, blockhouseresidential.com. You can learn more about this project and the amazing team that pulled it together. Thank you so much for sticking with us, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, everybody. Bye now.